It was Valentine's Day, and the city of Abuja shimmered under a full moon. Red and white decorations filled restaurants, and love was in the air. But for Cynthia and Daniel, the night would turn into something far more sinister than a romantic evening. Daniel had planned the perfect night, a surprise dinner at a luxury restaurant in UCHE, followed by a stay at a high-end hotel in Maitama. Cynthia, excited, deeply in love, wore a stunning red dress, unaware that the night would end in terror. As they drove through the quiet streets of Asokoro, Daniel reached over and held her hand. "Tonight will be unforgettable," he whispered. Just as they were about to reach their destination, Daniel took a detour down a lonely road. Cynthia frowned. "Where are we going?" "It's a surprise," he said with a forced smile. The road led into a remote area near Reby, surrounded by thick trees and eerie silence. Cynthia's heart pounded. "Daniel, this isn't funny. Take me back." But before she could say another word, the car came to a sudden stop. The streetlight flickered and went out. Darkness swallowed them. Daniel tried restarting the car, but it wouldn't budge. The air grew heavy, and a chilling whisper filled the car. Cynthia turned, her breath hitching. Outside the window stood a woman in blood-stained wedding gown, her face obscured by her long, tangled hair. "Daniel," Cynthia's voice trembled. "Who is she?" Daniel's face turned pale. She shouldn't be here," he stuttered. The ghostly figure moved closer, her white eyes looking into them. Then a sharp scream echoed from the night, followed by a sickening laugh. Cynthia grabbed Daniel's hands. "Drive now." But the car wouldn't move. The woman's voice seeped into their ears like poison. "Daniel, you forgot me. You promised me forever." Tears streamed down Cynthia's face as she turned to Daniel. "What is she talking about?" Daniel couldn't meet her eyes. "I was supposed to marry her 3 years ago, but she died in a car crash on Valentine's Day." The ghost let out a blood-curdling wail, and the car began shaking violently. The windows cracked, and cold air filled the vehicle. "Daniel, you lied," the ghost whispered. "You moved on, but I never left." With a final bone-chilling scream, the ghost reached through the window and grabbed Daniel's throat. He gasped for air, clawing at her icy fingers. Cynthia screamed, trying to pull him away, but her hands went through the ghost. The last thing Cynthia saw before she blacked out was Daniel's lifeless body slumping against the seat, his eyes wide with horror. The ghost turned towards her and whispered, "Love never dies, Cynthia. You are next." The next morning, authorities found Cynthia's car abandoned on the lonely road, the doors wide open. Inside, only Cynthia's red dress remained, soaked in blood. Neither Daniel nor Cynthia was ever seen again. And from that night on, lovers driving through the remote roads of Abuja swore they had chilling whispers in the wind. Love never dies. Love never dies. Love never dies.